did a good job.
Senator Tom Atta says that after this week's DEIS hearings, the Consolidated Commission on Utilities made it clear that they will need money from the feds to make the necessary upgrades to the island's power, water, and wastewater systems. For example, the Guam Power Authority will need at least $110 million for its necessary upgrades, while the Guam Waterworks Authority will need at least $50 million for its necessary upgrades.
All those are achievable, and if we can, but the federal government is going to have to put that money up front so that we can get started with the project.
Atta says that the CCU has worked with the Department of Defense to come up with solutions for this. Part of the solution is to identify the upgrades that are directly necessary as a result of the buildup and have the U.S. federal government pay for them.
The bottom line is that in order for this construction work to begin, they're going to have to put the money up front. Somebody, posed the question of, suppose then that they do not put the money up in a timely manner. And I would say that the response to that from the utilities would be, well, then we just cannot provide permits, for example, to the worker housings that's going to be bringing housing 18,000 workers, because we do not have the necessary resources to provide water to them, to take out the wastewater.
Atta says the direct impacts are easy to identify, but what's not so easy are the indirect impacts. In fact, Atta says the DEIS fails to address the indirect impacts to the island's infrastructure.
As a result of the buildup, they're going to be bringing in more workers and more people from off island. So as a result, there's going to be a greater demand also for utility services. So then GWA is going to have to ramp up. But if it wasn't for the military buildup, they wouldn't have to.
The senator also wants to make it clear that the current bonds that GWA has secured are meant for upgrades that are needed without the buildup. As for the upgrade needed because of the buildup, Atta says the feds will have to fork out the cash. Clint Rogel, PNC News.